live. So we're gonna say what's up to Thomas Stevens, Mr. Wright, Antoine Myers in the building, Romel, Cliff Neal, Builder's Life, Thad Radcliffe. It's funny, man. These are a lot of people who definitely stop by. We know Antoine is always stopping by and showing love, but these are a lot of people who come through for Steelers talk. So I appreciate you guys doing that cross play. That might be the word of the day, as they talked about that with Star Wars. But what's up, folks? We here, man. Like it says in the title, and like I said, I'll let it get going a little bit. You know, me and Smitty will just kick around a little couple things for a few minutes to make sure everybody's up in here. Builder's Life says, hey, Mr. Terrible No, I didn't do Terrible Towel, man. I had a lot going on Tuesday. And remember what I told you guys, man. Always watch Twitter. As far as, I'm not always on there, but if you want to know anything about that show, this show, if anything changes, we're going to always announce it. So I did announce that. I had planned on doing it yesterday at the same time, but that kind of fell through. So, you know, it won't nothing to talk about as far as Terrible Towel Tuesday. I'll be back next week. Maybe we'll have a little more to talk about. Maybe Steelers fans, if y'all have been watching, what if Kevin Colbert pull off another trade and get Jamal Adams now that he's requested the trade? But, you know, we're not going to do that here today. This is not the Steelers show. So let's not do that, even though you see the Steelers apparel. And tonight we're going to talk about other stuff. Welcome, everybody, man. EA Play just kicked off. I don't know if you guys, well, it's gone now. It kicked off at 7 p.m. Eastern. I don't know if you guys saw it. Smitty and I saw it. We're going to talk about that. And we're definitely going to talk about what we're seeing from Madden 21, you know, good, bad, the ugly. I'm really going to harp on the ugly because I, for one, I'm going to give you guys a preview. I don't think there's going to be anything else coming to franchise. I think franchise is pretty much going to be what it is, and the reason why, I'll dive into it when we get there, but history would tell me that it's not going to be anything, but I'll tell you guys why I feel that way. But anyway, guys, before we get started, because we're going to try to start up really quick tonight, because we plan to allow you guys to call in, and I'll set the ground rules when it comes to that as far as timing and things like that. But anyway, Smitty, man, how's everything been as far as your week? And anything else you want to hit outside of outside of the topics before we jump right into that?
No, not really. We could really jump right into it. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, excuse you know, got the kids in the background. Wife's not here right now, so I've got both of the kids I got to monitor. So you'll see me, you know, intermittently have to mute and get up or go away from the screen or whatever. You know, that's mainly is why. But no, I was on vacation for a few days, you know, celebrating birthdays and everything. So I was out of town with the family and everything. Some of you guys saw me on Periscope talk about, you know, I shared some thoughts about the Madden trailer. That trailer, you know, the current gen trailer, and just some thoughts in general about
that next gen trailer, though, Smitty. Oh,
yeah.
We're going to get into it, guys. We're going to get into it.
We're about to swan dive into it. But otherwise, everybody's good. Family's good. Man, ready to get into this, man. This is hilarious.
Yeah, hilarious. Man. We're going to dive head first into it. I got to give a shout out to, let me find his comment again. Where is he? Where is it? Oh, there it is. Shadow Slayer says, Sim got a haircut. You guys are very observant. Yeah, man, look. When got the fresh cut, man. You know, beard looking back to normal now. I'm no more in my Adam Grizzly. I told you guys I was finally going to do it, man. You know, in my area, we went to Green here in Pennsylvania. You know, where I am, we didn't have, let me just say this really quick. We didn't have a lot of, you know, cases, you know, in my area. So we kind of slow rolled into Green. And even with Green, you know, basically everybody still has to wear a mask everywhere we go, to the grocery stores. On Green, they were allowed to reopen some of the, you know, barbershops, nail salons, things like that. And let me tell you, I'm one of the people, me and my barber both kind of share the same sentiment. We weren't trying to do that. You know, we both have young kids. You know, I have a 6-year-old, he has a 5-year-old, and he wouldn't make house calls, nothing like that, because it's all about your family, right? So now that he's finally reopened, he's taking this thing so serious. Only appointments, right? And only the appointment can be there. Nobody else can be there waiting. You have to have a mask on. He keeps her mask on. He changes his gloves after each cut and spray, Lysol down on everything, spraying the smog and everything, right? And even checking your temperature. He got the thing that you just put on your forehead, so he's not playing no games. So I had to do it, man. I had to. And I haven't really been anywhere other than there, so finally got a haircut. And again, man, speaking of the whole coronavirus, the whole COVID thing, if you're paying attention to what's going on, man, it looks like we might end up right back where we started, the way things are rising in certain areas, but I don't know. But again, I will always say, be safe, guys. If you're gonna do little things as your states are relaxing a little bit, just be careful. Be careful. Stay out of people's faces. Wear your mask and things like that. You should be fine. But we definitely gonna dive into this. Yeah, CDJ. It's funny. I'm gonna, kind of talk around a little bit until Smitty gets back, because I want Smitty to be fully engaged for this whole segment. It's funny because me and Smitty are gonna make a parallel to what we saw in that trailer versus what we were once told would Ignite, and it really just comes down to, is it gonna deliver? You know what I mean? We've been down this road before. Do I think it looked good in that? Yeah. And I'm gonna have a video coming to you guys maybe later tonight. I'm gonna try to get it done tonight and break down it, the little pieces of it. But again, like I said, I know Smitty's gonna go down that road. The overall theme of that, before we get to that, is we're not gonna believe the hype until we actually see it. We've been down this road before, and Smitty, I'm not gonna steal Smitty's thunder. He's gonna make a parallel to what was once told. That's gonna knock your socks off. And here's another funny thing I will say, Smitty, before I dive in. I won't necessarily please that the first voice and face I pretty much saw for this EA play was Andrew Wilson. It's kind of giving you guys a preview as to where Smitty's gonna go. Last time that he stood up there and presented, when we were going into a next-gen console or next-generation terminology, yeah. How many times has Smitty talked about that here on the show? The whole Madden 25. But we'll wait till we get there. Initially, let me start off with this. It's so funny, man, and I always appreciate, when people disagree. Like, I love hearing people's thoughts. And just like I said in my other video I did the other day, boy, some of you guys did y'all go crazy on me in my first video about the trailer. I swear, some of you guys we're only remembered by our latest work. Like, you guys forget how much Smitty and I talk about Madden and go in on Madden, and if you say anything positive about the game, oh, you're crazy, oh, this guy's a joke, and I'm like, dude, that was just my initial thoughts of what I saw.
Right.
Now, just like Smitty said, and then I said in my next video, there were some things in that initial trailer, not today, we're talking about the first one. There were some things that did make me kind of be like, the DB and Waddle interaction, they showed 2 instances of it, and the animations look eerily similar. What I'm waiting to see, though, is how they got there. Now, particularly, Smitty, now that we're seeing, and I knew they were going to do this today, now that we see a different looking trailer for PS5. So now they got us in this whole limbo period, like, oh, so this is what we're going to see in PS4, current gen and Xbox One, but then the next gen, Xbox X, the Series X and PS5 is supposed to be the one that unleashes everything. That's the whole optimized. See what I mean? So now it's kind of like, are we going to truly be able to judge Madden on what we get in August versus what will be presented in October? That's going to be the remaining question. But anyway, I have to say, guys, and I'm not ashamed to say it, and I'm going to stick by my guns here. In the initial trailer, there was things that I saw that I would deem positive if it plays out. If it plays out. That's the question. is it going to be as smooth as some of those things looked? And honestly, I felt like player movement looked a lot cleaner. The animations looked cleaner. The interactions, for the most part, looked cleaner, except for, again, the DB and wideout stuff. I don't like seeing the same animation because it makes me think they're going to take the same path to get there. Got to see it. And that's all I was saying in the trailer is like, hey. And the funny thing is, Smitty, I started off the video saying, looks like. It looks like. We still have to see. People assume that you're final on this when you just give your thoughts on what your eyes are seeing. You know, because I mean, oh God, in the comments, oh, but you didn't say anything about this. Oh, you didn't, dude. It's just a trailer. If anybody knows, if anybody is pessimistic towards Madden, it would be myself and Smitty. So sometimes I have to laugh, and that's why I started my second video laughing, because I'm like, guys, like y'all should never have to question where my mentality is when it comes to Madden. Or Smitty, for that matter. If you hear us say anything positive about the game, bro, it's okay. But we still, let's take a time out, man, and give a shout out to Vigilant Citizen with the donation. He says,
shout out.
Huge shout out,
man.
Gotta read to him. And by the way, Smitty, I gotta go back through the months again like I once did, and we gotta get squared away with the donation. I meant to say that last week. Let's read his comment real quick, and I'll get back to what I said. He says, Sim and Smitty, love you guys' platform and the perspective you both bring. I have been fans of you both since the start of the Sim Standard. God bless. I appreciate that, man. And see, that's what I'm saying. Those guys ain't never went nowhere. Even if we deliver the message differently, when y'all come on here on Thursday, we always going in. So how come some of you guys who will be here fist pumping with us on Thursday are coming to one of my videos and think I done lost my mind? I'm like, y'all should know me better than that. But dang, I did feel like there was some positive shown in the trailer. And think about this. Even if I was the type of person that came out and said, man, that trailer looks great, we all know it still comes down to playing the game. And y'all already know, if when the game comes out and it still plays the way that we don't like, Smitty and I will be right here saying the same thing again. We'll be making videos showing you what's wrong with it. So that's all I ask, like, good Lord. But anyway, that's my little quick piece, Smitty, on the first trailer before we dive into everything else. I did think that I saw some positive things there as far as the current construct of Madden, and I'm talking about the platform that is on for Madden 20 going to Madden 21. Again, this always happens. People always say it looks the same. It looks like 20. Now, when you hear Smitty say that, Smitty would be saying it from a different angle. I know what he's saying. But when most of you guys say that, I get confused sometimes because how many games look different year to year? Let's be real. They don't. MLB The Show still look like MLB The Show 17 to me. Appreciate it, man. Another donation, man, from King Arthur. He says, Sim, what do you guys think about the running backs having their own juke size ups and foot shuffles? Is that a question or is that a statement? Meaning, is that something that's been confirmed, or are you asking how would we feel about that? If that's what you're asking, I could even speak for Smitty on this one. Yes. we would love people to have their own size ups and all of that and look the part. And honestly, guys, I think I saw some of that in the first trailer. Honestly, I think so. I don't know, but I think I saw a piece of that. However, the negative side is we saw Saquon Barkley and Christian McCaffrey do the exact same hurdle, the exact same animation. So that kind of skewed my opinion a little bit. But if across the board, if you look at what was shown in that trailer, again, I'm going to stick by it. I think it looked like a better representation over what we have in Madden 20. It's probably going to be some of the same, I'm sure. But I still feel like that part of it, there are some things that look better. And we'll see what they're going to do here on Next Gen as we got a lot to talk about there. So throwing it to you, Smitty, man, if you want to give your initial thoughts of the first trailer, and then I think after that we could transition into some of the, how we feel about the moves, like the pass rush stuff and things like that. And then I guess we can attack, the next gen trailer. That's going to be the highlight of this video because Smitty going to break them down like a shotgun, boy.
Yeah, man. I mean, look, the first, I would say the first trailer, there were some, this is a key thing. Even though we saw animations, and I had, shout out to my man Ron, what was it, Ron Whiteman, I want to say, I think it is. He was on Twitter earlier today, and he sent a clip where that was once again from the trailer that's already in Madden 20. Where you do the juke move, and I mean it happened with me too.
The little
played, does the juke move, and the guy swipes, and he goes under his arm.
Yeah, that's already there.
Then you also shown the leap up, breaking up the pass, and it's like you just shown something in Madden 20 from a different camera angle. So it's like you try to give that illusion like it's something different that we haven't seen before. We've seen all these things before. Now, you add new animations to the game, which we've clearly seen, different pass rush moves, things like that. How that all works out, that's going to be a big thing.
Yeah.
Reducing as much of the two-man animation stuff as you can. And what I mean, reducing it and when you do have two-man animations trigger, they're not overriding the game. They're not overtaking stuff.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like respecting receivers' positioning and things like that. Passing control. What kind of work was done to the passing game? Do we actually have legit pass control now, or is it still extremely tethered to the route where you're throwing it to their numbers instead of being able to actually lead a receiver and throw them open the way you can? See, the problem with this is, and I just want to say this is kind of going to segue just for a sec, and I'll bring it right back. But the problem here with this is, guys, is that you have too many people that keep talking about Madden, and they'll say like, yo, hey man, passing in Madden 20, it's actually pretty good. And I'm like, bro, play Madden 06. Play Madden 06 on PS2 and Xbox. Trust me, it's not good. No, honey, you gotta wait.
Some people say that about franchise too, by the way, Smitty. Franchise is fine. Yeah, I don't know what you guys are talking about.
Exactly. Yep, that's true too. So I'm like, I don't be getting it when they do that. But that's true. Madden 06. You use Madden 06 for that baseline too, from the franchise mode standpoint. That has a much deeper franchise mode, superstar mode. They talking about faces of franchise. You had a phenomenal superstar mode, and that was year one of it being introduced. Was in Madden 06.
With franchise depth, I might add.
Yes. At the same time.
Two things can be right at the same time, people.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. You had that already in the product back all the way back in 2015? You did that all the way back then. So it's like for you to do it all the way back then, and then now you're coming out and you're like, oh, well, we don't have, now you have something that's not even close to. That's the problem. So when we look at these animations and we see these plays, even Sim's fruit move, and I know we got a lot of we got some donations here just rolling off here. We'll make sure to get to you guys. I just want to say this while I'm thinking fresh about it. But even when Sim talked about the juke move and the halfback cutting between the two players, all right, that did look good. But what if that's a canned two-man animation there?
You see the defenders though?
Two-man animation.
The defender was like,
I know, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, they ran like they had no idea. Now look, peak game, just to make the quick parallel real quick, just to make the very quick parallel. Y'all saw that. Now, for those of you that seen that next gen trailer, they literally did the same thing. I don't know who the player was. No, I think it was Lamar Jackson. I could be mistaken.
It was a Green Bay clip.
It was a Green Bay. Yeah, it was one of those Green Bay clips.
I will say, if we want to be a little technical, which guys, we just reaching here, but they actually looked better in that clip than it did in the first trailer. The first trailer, like, what's my man's name for Buffalo? The cornerback, Tre'Davious White, I think. I don't know what he was doing. And yes, folks, I did see that. I saw that. Right. Even though I didn't point that out in the first glance trailer. Of course I saw that. But Smitty is right, man. It's like the same thing happening is.
Yeah, that's what. But see, look, you see, if you go on to, if you see the trailer, that next gen trailer, the one they just put out, you got Lamar Jackson out here doing a juke move. He's doing a juke move where he steps in between two defenders. But once again, you could say that's a 2-man animation. That's a 3-man animation sequence where Jackson does a juke, one defender goes this way, and the other defender he tries to tackle and he slips off. That's something you already got in your game right now. You see what I'm saying? So going from there, bringing it back to the point here about this trailer here. Animations look good, but how much control is going to be involved as far as from one user to the next? How much control are we truly going to have in those 2-man instances? You know what I'm saying? Especially if I'm a quarterback and you're going to force a defender to all of a sudden take the ball out of my hand like that animation you had there. It can happen, but at the same time, what's the defender doing to actually earn the right to get that strip, to just straight take it from me? Was I throwing the ball at the time? Was I trying to throw the ball when he did that? Or is it just you're just going to give it to him? And see, that's the kind of stuff that I'll have a problem with. Especially when you have games that have protect ball mechanics in the midst of contact out here. I'm sorry. It's been done by all these other people. So I can't give it to Madden to be like, oh, well, we don't have that. So to give the illusion of this is what we did. That's not cutting it. Not when you have all these other people that are able to do it and are doing it already. Here, go ahead out there. Go ahead. Go. You doing all that. Go ahead out there and go play then. Don't push no buttons. Now, so that's the whole thing about that, you guys. So I don't know, but I'm not gonna sit there and say I'm overly impressed. I'm in the same boat as Sim. Honey, hold on.
Gotta wait and see.
Hold on a moment. So we're gonna have to wait and see, because like what Sim said, people always go at and say, like, you know, they have their things that they say about, like Sim said, if you say anything positive and say, well, actually, this may actually be something good here. And it's like, you said something positive. How dare you do that? It's like, guys, it's okay to speak positive about Madden. Like, it's okay to do that. Ultimately, we want Madden to be a good game, right? I mean, like, it's not to just sit here and be anti all forever. So, like, if something is done right, I'm going to give them credit. You know, I don't mind giving them credit for that. But I can't really give them credit because while the 2-man animations at times do look good in Madden, they, for the most part, are stealing control away with all these different instances. So what are we really in for when it comes to this title here and then going to next gen? So we got to wait and see. So I'll throw it back to you soon.
Got to wait and see, man. And I can't wait as I'm looking at some of you guys. Yeah, Dominic, I saw that too. I can't wait till me and Smitty get into that part because I think we're going to do it a little funny. I think what I'm going to do is read all of the article pieces for next level, and then Smitty will counter that with the Ignite stuff from Madden 25, because Smitty's going to make a great point when it comes to that. I will say this, though. It's going to be interesting. Well, you know what? I'll save it until we get to that segment, because I want to tell you guys, just to give you guys a mini cliffhanger. There's a couple reasons why I'm more inclined to believe it this time around because of some inside information that I acquired a few years ago. Yeah, First Fam, you're absolutely right. Let me read his comment. Excuse me. He says, next gen trailer looked very similar to RG3 trailer. Need to see the real game in motion. Also, that trailer was a mess, mixing up FIFA with Madden to show as little as possible. Absolutely. I fully agree with you on that. I did not like that. I didn't like the mashup. Y'all know I try to be open-minded and fair, so I'll say a negative, and at the same time, I'll give my credence as to why I think things may have been done that way. I didn't like it. Let's say that in the beginning. I didn't like the way they did that. I hated that. I didn't like how they threw it to the woman's name. I can't remember her name. But I didn't like how they threw it to her to have her. No disrespect to her, and definitely no disrespect because she's a woman. But it's kind of like I knew it was just going to be a quick look. You know what I'm saying? I knew it wasn't going to be an elaborate breakdown because they tossed it and I forgot her title, but they tossed it to her to kind of bring everything home. And I kind of knew at that point it wasn't going to be more explanation or more presentation like some of the other games. I would have loved to have seen, whoever, whether it was, Clint or whoever they would have gotten to do that. I would have loved, or even if it was Kralo, I would have loved for someone to be sitting there saying, okay, this is what we're going to do. Just something quick, at least so it could have honed in more on the next gen Madden instead of mashing it up with FIFA. Because here's the thing. I have a couple theories. One would be they only show FIFA and Madden because those ones will be hitting next gen this year. I'm assuming. We didn't see NHL in that mix. We definitely didn't see NBA Live, right? So I'm assuming we saw those games because those will be the first two, technically, that will be available in this year on the next gen platform. We also didn't see UFC. See what I'm saying? And we definitely didn't see something that I hope returns at some point, which is Fight Night. And I know I'm reaching there, guys, but I'm just saying. So that's part of the theory as to why I think maybe they showed them together. Another part of my theory would be is because I don't believe that they did it that way to show as little as possible as Madden, because then you're playing that same game with FIFA. And we know FIFA doesn't have to be shown in a light capacity. You know what I'm saying? You could definitely let FIFA rock. FIFA to me has been a pretty solid game, so I think you wouldn't have no fear in showing that. I just think it was something short and sweet to show you here's what's to come. Let's throw these two games together. And also, kind of understanding the whole environment with COVID-19 and all that. I'm sure games might be a little behind. I'm guessing that's why. But I will be honest in saying I don't think there's any conspiracy to it where they just didn't want to show any part of Madden, so they pieced it with FIFA. I don't think that's the case.
What happened?
No, because somebody in the chat said, they didn't like them mashing the two games up in that trailer, and I didn't either. And they said, to show as little Madden as possible. Nah, I don't think that was the reason.
They can't hide it.
Yeah, I mean, But before we dive into the parallels, because what I was telling them, Smitty, when you was off mic, I think this would be funny to do it this way. When we get to it, I'm going to read all of the article pieces for Next Level. And then I'm going to throw it to Smitty, and Smitty is going to compare that with Ignite.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to let Smitty go on his tirade about that because y'all are going to love it. Really quick, Smitty, let me throw one thing out there to the people. I told you guys I would throw y'all a bone when I had the bone to give to y'all. So we know about the skill stick. We also know about, what was pass rush? What was the other thing? I'm trying to remember.
Adaptive AI?
Oh, no, the indicate, what is it? Tackle indicate, what is it? What are they calling it? The new tackle thing that they was advertising.
Oh, yeah, the tackling.
Location-based tackling.
Yeah, location-based tackling. Yeah.
I'm going to be really brief on this. And then I'll throw you...
like what Rex did
back
then.
I'm going to be really brief with this, then I'll throw y'all a quick bone. I like all of that. Great. Whether we feel like it's rehashed or not. Because I see a lot of people say that too. Listen, let's go on record here. I want them to rehash everything that Madden never had. Okay? whether it's Madden 21, 22, 23, 25, I want them to rehash everything that we loved in Madden when we all loved Madden. So I'm not on that boat of saying, oh man, they just recycle out. So what? Those are the things that are missing. Smitty sat here 100,000 times, and along with Azure, who've been saying they would love to have pass rush moves back on the right stick. Smitty been saying that. So a guy like Smitty, of course he wanted that to return. Right? Azure, I know he wanted that to return. So why? I don't see why people get upset at that. I get it. If they're not doing anything new, I get it. I'm just saying, let's be real here. I want all of the old stuff and innovation. That's where I'm at with it.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be cool having the jukes and stuff on the right stick as well. I do like the contextual awareness stuff they're talking about where defenders and running backs would know where they are on the field. So now we do know from that first teaser, the Mahomes teaser, that this is a real thing and it wasn't just some random. So that's cool. However, I want to know, Smitty, how is it going to play out? One knock I had on, not a knock, but the more and more I played Backbreaker, I got tired of seeing the same thing over and over. It's like you knew they was going to do it. It was great. But I was like, man, I want to see some variation of that. However, in Backbreaker, if you was reaching and somebody hit that arm, you know, it was real physics that apply. So I wonder how that's going to play out. Is it going to be like the animations that we've all seen before? I'll give you one that y'all all have seen. When the one man comes in and tackles and stands your guy up and they do their little do-si-do for a minute and then he falls forward. Is it going to be one of those situations? When it comes to this contextual awareness to get to the pylon or the defender stops him, is it going to be one of those wonky things? I don't want that. I want physics to matter at all times with this stuff. And really quick, we're going to take a pause for a second because the applause is going to ring here in a minute. And I'm going to read Antoine's comment. Well, actually, we'll get back to it, man, because it's y'all are donating like crazy tonight. So, but let me just read his comment, and then I'll get back to what I was saying. He says, hate the laziness. Oh, there it is. There's the applause. It went off for King Opton. It didn't go off for Antoine. I don't know why. But Antoine, appreciate the donation. He says, I hate the laziness that we get year after year. Just do one thing positive. That's great, Matt. There it is. Clap, 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 clap. He says, just do one thing positive. That's great, Madden, please. Automatic wins, shake my head. It's like they take the easy way out, just adding animations. One thing great, please. Exactly. That's how I am, too, right now, Twan. It's like, and CDJ said it earlier, if this is the year that y'all actually did go in and fix the game and you didn't add a lot of stuff, I'm still pissed off. And don't think we forgot about franchise. We gonna dive into that in a little bit later. But, man, can we just get the game to work? At least give us that. All right? Now, here's the bone I'll throw y'all, and then me and Smitty going to have some fun with these articles. Remember I told y'all that there was a feature, and there's been a couple, by the way. Remember I told y'all whenever a feature arrived that I saw years before, and it finally showed up, that I would tell y'all about it? There it is. The pass rush stuff. There it is. That's what I've been talking about for quite a few years now. Funny thing is, though, they design, and again, I don't think I'm going to get in any trouble here because the feature's out, right? And I saw this back then. So as far as NDA, that's got to be over with. Okay, when I saw it, when I told y'all, it was supposed to be in Madden 18. But it was not on the right analog sticks. Okay, it was pretty much the same concept, designated moves and such, and bringing all of these moves back, but it was on the face buttons. Funny side story. When I was in the studio, I said, yo, man, this would be dope if y'all could put it on the right stick. And my exact words was, and I'm not taking credit here, guys, so don't think I'm doing that. It's just an idea. I was like, I would love to be able to let my left stick be my lower half, right stick be my upper half. I mean, that's natural movement. Then I can, instead of trying to hit the button and trying to move, you know what I'm saying? It didn't come in 18 because like I told you, I was told later in the cycle, mid-year, man, we couldn't get to it. And this is when I was giving, and here's how my process works, just so y'all know. I'm shooting feedback like, yo, and by the way, as far as the pass rush, I was thinking about some stuff, da-da-da-da-da. I get a response back, oh, man, I forgot to tell you. We had to take that out. And my stomach hit the floor. I was like, what? What do you mean? We don't have enough devs to finish it. I want y'all to pay attention to what I just said, because you know how me and Smitty always tell you time and resources? Madden 18 took the dev team to the max because they were so focused on getting Frostbite implemented. I understand that. But what else were they focused on? Y'all remember? Long shot. And all of the resources was getting pulled from here, pulled from there, taking this engineer from here, taking this animator from there. We ain't got enough devs to finish. So I was like, dang, right? So I just knew it was going to come in 19. Nope. Oh, it's got to come in Madden 20. Come on, it's 20. It's the dub. It's got to come in 20. Nope. And now look at what we got in Madden 21. Holy moly. Pass rush moves that I've been knew about. However, now they're on the right stick. So I look at that one or two ways, guys. What me and Smitty always tell y'all is what the high-ups deem important. See that history lesson right there? Oh, no. We ain't got time for that. Y'all get over there and get long shot done. Get that Frostbite in there. By the time it came around next year, no, that still ain't a priority yet. We still got to refine Frostbite. By the time 20 came, no, we got to work on those abilities. Now the abilities are there. And now, oh, okay, you know what? That little feature that you wanted, Clint? Yeah, you can do that now. We got time. That's how it works. So I want to say that to show you guys that, one, Smitty and I don't lie to y'all. There's no reason for us ever to do that. We always try to tell y'all as much truth as we can, and we toe the line. Because like I said, that's something that I knew of that I was under NDA. I couldn't tell y'all about that. But now that the feature is out, see what I'm saying? Another reason why I think maybe they put it on the right stick, I'm going to go out the limb and give them a little bit of credit here and say, well, maybe they felt like the way it was being implemented, it wasn't the best way. And they waited until they got it refined. I know, years later, that's probably not it. But there's the bone. I told y'all I would tell y'all. And it's more. Let me tell you. It's more. There's things, I'll say this last thing on that. There's something that I went down to the studio for Madden 19 for that we tested that was supposed to be in Madden 20. Picture what I just said. I'm there for Madden 19. Giving feedback on that. But then also, test this out too, because this is going to be in 20. And you know me, I'm like, no, this need to be in 19, bro. This look good. It still ain't there yet. Picture that. Y'all hear what I just said? Testing I'm down for 19. Tested a feature that they were thinking about putting in 20, and it didn't get to 20. I don't think it's in 21 either. Well, at least I know it's not. It's not being advertised. So that's how it works, folks. Okay, it's not the devs. The devs, if they could, man, they would do all they're capable of doing. But it ain't them. It just. We've said this 1,000 times, but I think this time, Smitty, it was good for me to give everybody like a real. It's great that feature came out, number one. But number two, I could give y'all a real life example and it's tangible. Now you know, oh, this is what Sim was talking about. Oh, man, it took that long to get there. Oh, man, he said he tested something for 20 and they ain't get to 20. Oh, and then they ain't in 21. That's how it works, folks. And the difference between 2K and EA is 2K, from what we've heard from people who've gone there, creative freedom. Nutshell. That's it in a nutshell. But let's have some fun, man. Let's have some fun, Smitty. I'm going to read the next level, all of the blurbs. And let me get close to the computer. And we will allow you guys to listen to what Smitty is going to read to you and point out some things from Madden 25 presentation. And then Smitty is going to have at it. And I promise y'all you don't want to miss it. So stay tuned. Now, as far as the controller haptics, I don't know if I need to read that, Smitty, but I will. It says, sense the impact of shots, passes, catches, kicks, tackles, and hits with immersive control haptics. A new DualSense controller on the PS5 with rich and responsive haptic feedback that deepens the gameplay experience, letting you feel the rhythm of the game in your hands. Smitty, you know what? This is just a little side note. Why they promoting the PS5 first? Remember it used to be the other way around?
Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting. Okay, blazing fast load times. We don't need to read that. Great. Right. That's beautiful, but that's not the stuff we're comparing. Let's scroll down. Here we go. We get into the nitty gritty. Now, again, guys, this is PS5 and Xbox Series X with their, coining the phrase next level marketing team. Y'all are geniuses, I swear. Deferred lighting and rendering. Authentic new environments unlocked by a new deferred lighting system creates ultra-realistic football experiences and player fidelity, enhancing the game in every part of the stadium. You notice what game they're showing, and I'm picking straws here, but it's funny that they have FIFA stuff under that little blurb. I don't know. That's just me being funny. Here's the next one. Detail to separate the best from the rest. Reimagine player bodies. Next-gen technology creates deeper definition in player physiques, while dynamic lighting accentuates details such as faces, hair, kits, and uniforms to take athletes to a whole new level of realism. Now, keep in mind, guys, as we allow the donation clap to go off there, I'm going to post this link here in a moment, but I definitely want y'all to pay attention to what I'm saying and what Smitty is saying. It's hilarious, I promise you. I will say this too, Smitty, as an aside. If you look at the little clip of Lamar Jackson running there that's by that blurb, I gotta say, wow. If this is actually gameplay, that's the key word, if. That whole game engine, in-game engine footage is tricky. Because that's what they said about RG3. But anyway, let me keep reading. What's the next thing we got here? It says spatialized audio. And I don't know if I'm saying that word correctly. Let me spell it for y'all, because again, I'm educated, but I might be saying this word wrong. It's spelled spatialized audio. Spatialized? I think that's what it is. But anyway.
Spatialized, like space.
There you go. Thank you, Smitty.
Like
see?
Spatialized.
See, yeah. I'd never seen that before, so I wasn't sure. Yeah. All right, thank you, Smitty. And it says, immerse yourself in the sound of the stadium. Whether you're running out of the tunnel in Atlanta or leaping into the stands in Green Bay, hear the spine-tingling roar of the stadium thanks to spatialized audio technology new to Madden that wraps around you for a completely immersive experience. Okay, we hear you. No pun intended. Now here's the one right here. And I'm going to talk about this later. This is what I'm going to talk about after Smitty goes. Why I feel like there could be some truth to it, and I'm going to share this with y'all. It says, realism reimagined, stats-driven player movement. Real-life athlete data feeds into the Madden animation engine to create fluid, athletic player movement when accelerating, running routes, and changing direction. Enhanced animation technology in FIFA enables you to experience ultra-responsive and realistic player movement. Hang on to that, because I'm coming back to that, man. And y'all, you may or may not believe me, but I'm going to put a theory in you guys' ear that y'all might say, you know what, Sim might be right about that. All right, here's another one. Emotion is everything. Off-ball humanization. Off-ball humanization. From adjusting shin pads in the 89th minute to screaming for passes in the end zone, player humanization unlocks the most authentic character behaviors ever seen in sports video games, letting you see the detail and feel all of the emotion of football at the highest level. I'm going to just pause here for about 5 seconds and just look at everybody, Smitty. All that AI stuff that I talk about? Okay. Sounds cute, don't it? And here's one last one. They talk about weather details. Y'all really gonna love this one. Mother Nature comes alive in Madden like never before. In stunning new details, see standing water on rain-drenched sidelines and cold winter snow accumulate on the field. Visually enhanced weather conditions also affect cloth definition on athletes to match environmental variables. Now, when I see that and read that, Smitty, I read past just what they told you there. Because if what this stuff is true, it's supposed to affect a lot. So I just want to throw that little bit of sauce on it before Smitty tears it down. All right, and here's the last piece, guys. It's in the game. Oh, they bringing that back, huh? It's in the game. Game day immersion. New contextual player, bench, and fan reactions let you feel the explosive passion of last-minute winner or a game-clinching touchdown. That sounds familiar, Smitty. I'm ready to steal Smitty's thunder, but I want him to come in with the boom. Let's read that one more time, Smitty. New contextual player, bench, and fan reactions let you feel the explosive passion of a last-minute winner or a game-clinching touchdown. And pre-game cinematics deliver an unprecedented match day experience to immerse you in the sights and sounds of professional football. So, I will say this to you guys before Smitty takes over. Don't this sound beautiful? If you close your eyes, right? And I don't want to be this graphic, but I was going to say, imagine if somebody was in a coma, right? For a few years, and somebody woke up and said, man, what that new Madden be like? And they read you that, and all you could do is just imagine and close your eyes. Don't that sound like a phenomenal football game? A phenomenal presentation? Sounds beautiful, don't it? So now I'm going to throw it to my good brother, Smitty. And Smitty, please tell us why some of these things sound awfully familiar.
All right, man. Now, I just got to be mindful because I got to watch out for the babies. But this is the thing. The problem here, all right, they good. All right. The problem here is, first of all, you had Andrew Wilson sit up on that stage, right? You know what I'm saying? Andrew Wilson set up on stage back in 2013. Okay. I said not too long ago, I did this on the show here. You know what I'm saying? So this is like running over the same thing again. But this is literally what happened. He said living worlds. Living worlds. As a matter of fact, here. Let me just go to it real quick. Now you heard what Sim read, right? So, and also Sim, if you could link the article, send them a link to the website, so then that way they can check it out themselves because it's all there.
I got you.
They said living worlds. I'm gonna read it verbatim. You could take this and apply it to that new trailer there. This was said in 2013 though. The atmospheres will not only look real, but they will feel real. EA Sports Ignite delivers environments that are alive with stunning visual accuracy as ever-changing as real-world stadiums that evolve throughout a match. For the first time, 3D crowds and dynamic sidelines have emotions and intelligence, reacting to how the match unfolds. No two plays and no two games will ever be the same.
Oh,
We never I mean, I'm just saying. You just told us again we're gonna get this, but we were supposed to get this 7 years ago. And you had what? How many games? What, you had 4 games on Ignite. What? Wait, 25, 15, 16, 17. Yeah, you had 4 games on Ignite. I never seen this. When did this happen? Well, let's go on here. What else did they say here? Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Let's go to not the audio. Stats-driven player movement. Now, this is an interesting piece right here because you said Andrew Wilson, the CEO. Let's make this clear. This ain't just nobody. This is not a QA guy. This is not a lead gameplay developer. Matter of fact, this ain't even an executive producer. This is the head honcho, the CEO. Matter of fact, Andrew Wilson, I know a lot of people get mad at Ultimate Team. He's the creator of it. He created Ultimate Team in FIFA. That's how my man rose up. All the money he made EA, it's like, heck yeah, we'll put him up there. And he rose the rank. And look, I'm not mad at him. I'm not mad. Get your money, do what you do. You did your creative thing, you did your job. But the problem is you guys are not doing your job with giving us the game that we deserve, and that's the bottom line. That's it. If you do your job, I don't care what you're doing. Because I don't care about playing Ultimate Team like that.
Yeah.
I'm all about giving me the football game. Give me the basketball game. Give me the game I'm supposed to get. Haley, could you go up there, honey, please?
Oh, yeah, because the NBA Live was a part of that Ignite thing, guys.
Yeah, NBA Live was part of that, too. So this is where I'm saying that. Now, stats-driven player movement, you heard some... I just want to say this again. I want to read this just back to back. I mean, I know Sim just said it, but just think about it. Real life athlete data feeds into the Madden animation engine to create athletic player movement when accelerating, running routes, and changing direction. Now, let me see. 3 pillars. Remember that, guys. Andrew Wilson. 3 pillars. Human intelligence, which, man, let's not start there. Living worlds, which just ran over that. And then true player movement. True player motion.
Oh, yeah.
3 pillars. Okay. With 10 times greater animation fidelity driving the new locomotion system. EA Sports Ignite creates dynamic movements and real-world biomechanics. Marinate on that. Matter of fact, there's a YouTube channel. I think I can't think of the name of their channel. Not YouTube channel. I'm sorry. Hold on, let me see if I can look them up. There it is. It's Biomechanics. They basically deal with basketball biomechanics. That's their channel. Okay. They have a website for basketball biomechanics. They always talk about player movement. They talk about players like NBA players. They analyze all the footage and they show like the way their knees bend, the way their foot, like to how their foot steps down, and when they go up to pull up for a jump shot, or how they contort their body when they take contact, and how they're able to convert and finish layups and things like that. You see, so it's like they go into that intricate level of detail. So when you're talking about biomechanics, and you're saying our football game is going to get that, Ignite recreates dynamic movements and real-world biomechanics. True athleticism is now possible with players able to accelerate, plant, pivot, and cut with the agility and explosiveness of professional athletes. Now, go right back to what they just said. Real-life athlete data. What did they say about athletes here? True athleticism is now possible. So how is true athleticism now possible with Ignite? But now you're saying you have to use real life athlete data feeds in order to create this? But you said you had it in 2013. Andrew Wilson, the CEO. So this ain't got nothing to do with Rex. This ain't got nothing to do with Clint. This ain't got nothing to do with Scant. This ain't got nothing to do with saying all the devs are dumb and they lazy and blah, 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 blah. This got nothing to do with any of them.
Say it again.
This is 100. This is 1,000,000% on executive orders. Okay? We say that all the time here, so that way y'all can understand that. But yet people keep asking, oh, Clinton, A-Dub need to be fired and blah, blah, blah. Like, y'all cats just don't, you guys just want to build your house on quicksand. I get it now. That you can have that. That's fine. You know what I'm saying? That's perfectly, that's okay. Y'all the type, you know what I mean? And I mean, no offense, but I mean, you the type of cats that's saying, I'm waiting for the people to chop the trees down so I can see the forest for a change. Like, dude, it don't work like that.
Right.
These people are up here. Clinton them are down here. Y'all blaming them because they're the easiest to reach. When Andrew Wilson, I think he got a Twitter account. He got an email. Get at him.
The easiest to reach is the game changers.
Oh yeah, get at the game changers. Like, yeah, I don't get that, man. Like, we telling you the truth. My goodness, we telling y'all what the deal is, man.
Low hanging fruit.
Golly, jeez. Yeah, exactly. So you said we were going to get this. You said it. 2013, before all this stuff kicked off, you said we were going to get all this. So now you're saying you need so now you need to what? So you need to go what? 1, 2 potential. So you needed what? Basically, potentially 3 engine changes now to potentially get player movement. Because you got to remember, Haley, don't play with that. Because remember, like what was said, you went to Ignite. That's one engine. Now you went to Frostbite. And even though nothing was said, basically, I don't care. You go to a different engine, those expectations you set in 2013 don't just go away. But see, just like Sim said earlier, just like how people have that, they only can remember the most recent content you do. They don't remember your history. It's the same thing with what EA did. Folk don't remember history. They ain't remembering what happened yesteryear. You just go ahead with what happens currently. Right. And that's it. You forget about what happened before. So, no, you have to hold them fully accountable. Because if people really held them fully accountable, Madden sales would be in the toilet. MUT numbers would be a dumpster fire if that was the case. But that's not what's happening out here. So this is where we're at right now when it comes to Madden. Look, and understand this. I want to see Madden be the game that we deserve, to be quite honest. I want that. We want that. Sim wants that. All of y'all want it. The most negative commentator out here wants Madden to be great at the end of the day. But the problem is at the end of the day, we all end up settling. You know what I'm saying? We all end up settling because we want to have a football fix. We want to play something current. Like I said, I'm not trying to play PS5 and even if they have full backwards compatibility, I'm trying to play PS2 Madden on that. Nah. I'm trying to play All Pro Football on PS5. Man. Did you see that Sony presentation the other day? I ain't trying to play I'm not trying to play nothing beneath on that. That's absurd. You know what I'm saying? Stop. There's nothing wrong with what he's doing. Stop that. But anyway, so no, I'm not trying to play old games like that. That's why, like what Sim said in his video, man, I'm about playing franchise games, and if they're not about to do that, I'm about to be playing other games. And it's like, it's about that time. Like, yo, look, look. I saw Zion Williamson, okay? You know what I'm saying? That man looked legit. If you give me Matter of fact, if you carbon copy 2K20, but you give me the visual fidelity of what you got at 2K21, sold.
So
I ain't even worried about it. Madden be what you be. You get at me when you get right, if you ever do. But that's fine. I'll peek my head. I'll peek my head around the corner and be like, "What's going on with Madden? Oh, they still on that. They still on that foo. Okay, cool. I'm on the 2K over here. Like, I'm sorry. You can't keep doing it and act like it's okay because you're the only one. It doesn't work that way. You did that with NBA Live. That's why Live is gone. That's exactly why. Remember, you guys said EA, how are we gonna keep you guys updated and let y'all know what's going on? Folk were looking for EA Play to be it. I said several months ago, I said back when they made that announcement, man, they ain't gonna give you no periodic updates. If you get an update, it may be at EA Play. That's when you're gonna hear something.
Live
and
is over.
lo and behold, it nothing. Not one word. So that franchise that franchise may be kaput. You know what I'm saying? Hey, look, but if they come back, Prime, I see Prime on there. Shout out to him. Much respect to you. He holding out hope for Live 22 and everything. And look, if they do it, they do it. If they don't, they don't. But I'm moved forward from Live until they about that business. Until EA say they about that Live. That's it. So, as you can see here, True Player Motion, I just read that. You heard what Sim said. You can look at the article too. It's right there. They clearly are making a parallel description between what we were supposed to get 7 years ago and what they just promoted today.
Yep.
You literally saw, if you watch that trailer, you literally see Lamar Jackson do a juke between two defenders, just like the play you saw in the Madden trailer that Sim broke down for this current gen. It could basically be a two-man animation or a three-player involved animation where he does the juke between the players and then they just act that way. Who knows? But it wouldn't shock me because EA has done that. It literally is in Madden 20, and they do the same thing here with Madden 21. So don't be surprised. Shh, quiet. So it wouldn't surprise me if they do that. So don't be shocked. Okay?
Don't
if the
be
game
surprised.
we get is that. Don't be surprised if you see a nice visual update. Yeah, I know, Kia, Live 22. I know. I saw that. I was like, okay, well, that's Prime, man. But don't be surprised if this is what we end up getting at the end of the day. If we get a game that is basically a port over. 2K said they built their game from the ground up. Now we gotta see if that's fully true or not. But if their game is truly built from the ground up, this is how 2K is being confident. I'm not making this an EA versus 2K thing, but the only other sport that I really give a care about like that is basketball. So they are sending it's marquee guys, and shout out to our brother Shakedown, man. Much love to him.
Definitely.
They're sending those guys. They sent those guys a box in the mail saying we're going to send you guys a PS5 with 2K21.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh, you didn't know that? Yeah. Yeah. They sent several of their marquee guys, their YouTube guys or whatever, a red box with like 2K21 marked off and certain aspect, like with a few postcards in the box with stuff crossed off respectively. But then they had joints that said, we're going to send you the next gen console with the 2K21. Now that's confidence.
Hey EA, now let me tell you something. If y'all feel the need to, hey, I know it's a dirty job, but I'd have to oblige. If you want to throw a PS5 my way, hey man, I guess. Oh man, no, that's what's up though.
So, but no, man, it's like if they're so far ahead with their with the confidence in their They put live. They took live to the woodshed multiple times, and they did it yet again.
Yeah.
What's the big announcement they made at the end of this? Skate, which yes, I'm very happy to see that. That's going to be a fun game whenever
cool.
they get, around to making that game. They said they're beginning development, so we ain't going to see that probably for like maybe a year or two. So, but that, once again, I'm happy that's coming back. But as far as what we're supposed to be getting here with this game, it's a complete disappointment to literally be able to look at what was said in that new article, and then to be able to go right back to 2013, and at least for the two pieces here, I could take two pieces with player movement and the environment with quote unquote living worlds and all that. And I could you can compare it 1-to-1. And it's like, what did we get for 7 years? Nothing that's remotely close. The only game that reflected living worlds in any way, shape, or form was FIFA.
Yep.
And NHL. I'll give it to FIFA and NHL. Those are the only two. Madden did nothing remotely close. And Madden was the game that they used to promote this. Oh, man, the sidelines are going to be live and they're going to be there. Oh, really? Where? Barely any interactions, barely anything. And you had the most generic stick figure model sitting on the sideline. Didn't make no sense. And you got APF with a more live sideline, folk wearing jerseys. The actual dang on players, your teammates, are actually on the sideline. Like, those players, their gear and all that respectively they're on the sideline. Doing the respective things, cheering you on, running down the sideline with you as you run for the. How come we don't have any? None of that's in Madden. I'm not gonna say how come. We know how come.
Oh, we know why.
But we know why.
The wrong A-dub is in charge.
Right. Yeah, exactly. There it is.
Andrew Wilson. That's the wrong A-dub.
Yeah.
God.
That's why we don't have it. So, it's as simple as that. So, look, you want to say, I know they getting their money and they're making their Ultimate Team bread, and it's just so sad to me to see people get excited. Oh, snap. They got this Hall of Fame MVP Ultimate Team stuff. Oh, they put Ed Reed and they put Ray Lewis, Shannon Sharp. They got it. Order that MVP edition of Madden. They put them in. None of those players feel different from each other at all. They all feel the same. None of them do. Lamar Jackson's going to feel no different than Michael Vick, or basically or if you had Steve Young, he's just going to be a little bit slower down. Just a slow down version of Lamar Jackson. That's it. No differences. That's the problem. Players should feel different in the game. We should really see differentials between players at this point. And it's like EA doesn't have to. They don't need to pull the trigger on doing the hard work or doing the extra work or going the extra mile. Look what they're doing. And here they are again selling wolf tickets. Like, yeah, come on, man. They got it, man. Like, and that's the problem. They got it. And the consumer base is letting them have it. Like, gosh, dog, that's what makes it so annoying. Like, I want a football game genuinely. I really do. And these dudes are taking a big old fat deuce on what's supposed to be happening. We're supposed to get a legit football game, modes and mode depth and everything. And we got this game where we literally we're getting a franchise mode that's got nothing. Potentially. It's not confirmed. It's not confirmed yet.
Y'all wait till what I have to say now. Y'all ain't gonna like it.
It sounds so much like we're not getting jack squat except pennies on the freaking dollar. And like what Sim and I say when we do this show, we interact with other game changers. Heck, I went on there and said, man, like, Man, it's a huge smack in the face to the franchise gaming community. Huge smack. If you literally have a game where you can take the Joe generic description from Madden 13 and it literally is what they posted. But see, the sad part is it's not that far off at all from what we actually got. Why are we able to say this? And it's not far from being from the actual factual. That's what makes it so upsetting, you know. And I mean, I'll get back to Sim, man, but I'm just saying, it just. I was looking for something to come from the reveal. Not a lot. I'm not expecting them to get, I wasn't expecting a whole lot. I wasn't expecting them to do some full-blown interview or anything like that. But I mean, it just hit somebody with a teaser trailer and nothing more, and that's it. And it's like, man, we've been through this. I know the FIFA community is fuming because, and see, that's the wild. Well, no, it's not wild. I'm gonna tell you what. This is what it is. NBA Live, I'm gonna put it classified like by cars, okay? NBA Live is trying to go from a Pinto to a Geo Tractor, right? That's where NBA Live's trying to go. They got nothing. They're trying to go from nothing to something that really is nothing, but they want something. Madden community, we're trying to go from freaking a Corolla. We want that high performance, high end vehicle, right? We're trying to get to a Lamborghini, but the thing is, our Lamborghini is supposed to be a Toyota Supra. We're supposed to treat that like it's a Lamborghini. Like we're supposed to put this much value in something that honestly is down here. FIFA, game like FIFA. Hold on. And watch DJ, baby. Well, watch what he's doing. Okay. A game like have him sit down. Have him sit down, baby. But a game like FIFA, they have it's like FIFA is flirting with a Lexus. It's like FIFA is a Lincoln. They're a Lincoln Navigator, but they needed to be a Lambo truck. You see what I'm saying? So it's like you got something. Hold on, honey. Hold on. You have something legit, and it can be way better though than what you got. But you still got something good there. Ball physics, player movement, all that stuff. Like you have some really good stuff as a foundation to build up from. That's the problem with Madden. You can say the same thing about 2K as well. Like you have a lot of good stuff in that game, even with all the complaints you get. You got a lot of good stuff there. The problem with Madden, and that's where Madden needs to get to. But the problem is that it's not. Hold on. Oh, the problem is that it's not being valued that much because of what has been brought forth by Electronic Arts over the years. They sell this illusion of, oh snap, you got this great player, but you're not getting anybody great. You're just giving a digital skin. There's nothing great about that. There's nothing unique you just got to celebrate. You don't have a unique player. You know what I'm saying? You could put Too Tall Jones in there. He don't play no different than JJ Watt. You see what I'm saying? You put Reggie White. Hey, quiet. You could put JJ Watt in there. He plays not JJ Watt. You could put Deacon Jones in the game. He's not going to play no different than Fletcher Cox. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, but they should be different. There should be legit value going from one end of the spectrum to the other. 2K has that. EA does. 2K has that in their game. EA doesn't. And it's like they choose not to do that because essentially they don't have to because look how much money they're getting end over end every year. You see what I'm saying? And that's where, yeah, I know, man. Yeah. Yeah. And it was like you did such a better job with it back on PS2 and Xbox. Having impact, remember the impact players in NCAA. So when you introduced the weapon system in Madden 08, like you had the stuff in there and you did a good job of it being balanced out and not feeling cheesy. So it's like whatever it was you needed to figure out to do that, no. Whatever it is you did to make that happen back then, you need to do the same thing here with this generation. It's no different. So I don't know what EA is gonna do, but they gotta turn it. They gotta turn up.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying? So.
And the thing that some of you guys have to understand, man. I was muted for a second, man. I didn't really say much. I just told Smitty that they're trying to capture that with abilities, which is basically what 2K does with badges. It's just that with Madden, the balance just isn't there. So everything else, all of the other components around gameplay, like the stuff that they're advertising now, if that's legit, then the badges would be great. The abilities. If all the player movement is sound and the physics is sound and the one-to-one interaction is sound, then abilities are great. But the way Madden 20 is right now, those abilities are basically just making these players super. There's no, real difference in how the interaction plays out. They just win faster or the dice roll goes their way. But if they could find the way to marry their abilities with having player movement, physics, and all of that stuff, players' relative positioning mattering, then you got something. Another thing that you guys need to know, man, because I saw a comment here saying, Ronzua, if I'm saying that correctly, says, has EA, has it ever been discussed by EA, why don't they invest more devs? What you guys got to understand is, listen to what Smitty just said. Andrew Wilson is the head honcho. They think everything is fine. I want people to really understand that. Our crowd here are the ones that are bickering, and we should be. But I want y'all to understand that the money keeps flowing. And I'm not just talking about Ultimate Team, again, because people always want to, point to Ultimate Team. But I feel like you're giving EA a built-in excuse when you say it's Ultimate Team is the reason why. And no, it's not. 2K sells millions upon millions upon millions of copies, and 2K has way more modes that would be considered fun and non-simulation. But their core game is more of a sim. Their franchise is more of the sim. Their My GM, My League. But 2K also has My Team. And they have My Career. And not only just My Career, My Park, where you can, play in the league or play on the park and play on the playground. So from a technical standpoint, again, we got to stop using that excuse for Madden saying, oh, it's because of Ultimate. No. Because like I said, 2K has an Ultimate Team. All these other sports games have an Ultimate Team. And like I said again, 2K has even more quote-unquote non-simulation modes than Madden. But yet they still can have a more simulation product when it comes to the standard basketball game or franchise or My Career, whatever. My League or My GM. You see what I'm saying? The two can exist. That's really my whole point. And maybe I haven't said those exact words when I say it's not about Ultimate Team. What I'm really trying to tell you guys is the two can exist. I don't know why we always use Madden as the only game that, it's because of Ultimate Team. No. Why are we giving them that crutch? They all got it. So I, for one, don't look at that and be like, oh, that's why. Nah. Okay, y'all got your Ultimate Team, and so what? That's how I look at it. So what? You can still make a legit football game. But let me throw some things at you guys, man. And I will say this as well. We had it in our minds to take calls tonight, but we're clearly not gonna get there because there's so much more for us to talk about. Maybe we'll get there next week. I want to have a show at least within the next week or two where it's just calls, where we just listening to you guys' thoughts about the game. We'll give everybody, and for people who watch me for the Steelers podcast, y'all know how I do. In and out. You give us a quick minute or so and on to the next caller. But we'll get a show like that. I would say next week, but we know that the Clint presentation is next week, which, in my opinion, and NYKia said this to me too privately, they should have just waited. They should have just waited to do whatever Clint is presenting instead of showing us that little trailer on the 16th. You know what I'm saying? They should have definitely waited for the Clint presentation that's going to be on the 25th and skipped over what they did a couple days ago. But like I said, because that's next week, maybe next week will be the show where we can just have just cause. We don't really have nothing else to talk about. But it's so much more to get to the night, man, than the time that we have. We're just not going to get there. So let me move on. First, I'm going to tell you guys the reason why what's being advertised for Next Level could happen. And then I'm going to go into my thoughts on the franchise thing and throw it back to Smitty. So I'll try to kill two birds with one stone. Here's the reason why Next Level might actually happen. All of that stuff I read. Number one is because they did say it before, right? So you would think, how in the world is Andrew Wilson going to stand up there again and say the same thing with his chest out and just lie to us once again and get away with that? I know what people are going to say, oh, they can do that. But, I mean, let's just speak theoretically here. Bruh, it's almost to a point where y'all have to deliver on Next Level now. There's no way you can do this again. And if they do, this is the reason why you hear Smitty and I always say we need more voices. All of y'all that's in here tonight, right now, it's 166 live viewers. We all need to be on Twitter adding EA Sports, not Madden. If you want to copy them, cool, but adding EA Sports and saying, Andrew Wilson, we demand this, and keep doing it. If they don't deliver what they're talking about, we need to let them know this ain't cool. Even if we are a small community, you lied. Because that's what I'm going to say. And Smitty, I'll tell the world here, right here, now. If that happens again, I don't think I'm going to have an affiliation with EA anymore. Because I'm going to go a little crazy. Like, I'm going to go all the way in. If this Next Level is not what you're advertising, go ahead, Smitty. Go ahead.
Think. I just want to add on to that. See, this is the thing. This thing, Sam, it'll be, in this case scenario, this go around, it would be justified rape. Matter of fact, hold on. You just made a great point there. Hey, guys, there's 169 people watching with 58 likes right now. Could you guys please smash that like button for support? Share this thing if you can too. 170 people watching now. Like, come on. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got to smash that thing, man. We'd appreciate that. But this one thing I will say, it'll be justified rage if you don't deliver.
Oh man.
You can't not come through and then be like, oh well, see, the thing is you can't, because you said 6 years. You said when 2K had their game, you guys were the ones that said simulation football. Hey, we the only ones that can make simulation football. Man, we're gonna start delivering experiences you ain't never seen before and all that. Okay. All right. Now, so when you don't now remember, you use statistics to make your case to get this licensing. You leverage the coronavirus situation for you to get this. Oh, our stats in April were through the roof. Man, our usage data. People are stuck at home.
That's right.
Because of this virus situation. Tons and tons of students that would be in school are stuck at home because of this virus. Yeah, they're going to do something. Some of those people are going to be like, man, I'm going to go ahead and catch up on this Madden that I ain't really played that much. Of course, the month of April was bananas. When did lockdown happen? What, early, mid-March?
March.
And then all the way, and it's still ongoing. You still got people that are still out. They just announced another extension here in Michigan through July 18th or what have you. So it's like, yeah, you leveraged it. So of course, you're leveraging the virus situation. And I mean, from a business standpoint, you can be technical and be like, well, technically we did get XYZ based off this. So you can do that, but you leveraged it to get this license. So that means that you have to deliver. You got a 6-year deal. That's like an NBA. That's like you sign. You know what? That's like you got Big Ben Roethlisberger. He's saying like, man, I want to play another 5 years, but I want to ridiculous. But I want to be the highest paid player in the NFL. And let's say, hey, look, hey, look. No. Let's say the Steelers just decided to lose their mind and say we're gonna sign it. You know the expectations would be so absurd through the roof for him already to do great. I mean, I know they are, but just think how much higher that becomes now. I'm like, this age dude, you got us on lockdown for what? Oh no, yo, you better deliver a chip. So when you don't even make the playoffs, and then and look, and then you don't perform the way you're supposed to, oh no, you going to get heated. They're gonna flame the organization. They're gonna be calling for Mike Tomlin's job. Everybody's gonna be on blast. You're in the same boat with EA. Listen, that's why I'm saying it's justified rage.
They have
because to deliver. And the thing is, to Sim's point, it's been 2 generations where you didn't deliver. Because that Madden 06, you literally had the Madden CG trailer say Madden 06 afterwards. First, you did one that said next gen, but then you did one that said it's supposed to be Madden 06. So I'm like, oh, so Madden 06 is going to be that fluid? Man, I can't wait to play it. That's why it was such a debacle, because the actual game we got was nowhere near that. And you wasted 2 generations with potential. You had titles that had a little here and had a little there, but ultimately it was a wash. So you can't do that here. When you have, this is a whole different day and age with social media platforming and things like that, where people can touch folk, a little bit more now. They can connect a bit easier and spread stuff quicker in terms of news and feelings and all that good stuff. So you have to deliver on a much higher level now. See what I'm saying? And also understand this. If you're going on Steam, especially, and I mean, I know it's this PC, this is not console space, but on the PC space, if you have a game on Steam and it's not good, people will thumb it down. PC gamers, they're not going to sit up here and say a game is great when it's not. They will let it be known, just like the 2K series mainly, when it's been on PC, they've throttled that game into the ground, because of all the issues and stuff like that they've had with that game for multiple years. They will do the same thing to Madden if it's not on point or if it's not right. They're not just going to say, oh yeah, it's great just because. No, they will throttle that sucker. So you told people the terms. We've seen the terms of the agreement. We've seen, well, not all the details, but we know basic details of what the deal is. We know how long it is. You said we're supposed to get this stuff. We could go back to the yesteryear stuff like we just did here tonight and call you on your nonsense. So if you don't hit, don't get touched. I don't want to see nobody get touched. I don't want to hear nothing from Nan GC trying to come up against me and tell me otherwise either. And look, I don't be disrespectful talking about these cats and everything like that. If they feel the way they feel, that's fine. But at the same time, I'll just keep it 100%. I just keep it 100% about the game, and that's it. If the game hits, it hit. If the game does not hit and it's falling off or it's not doing something right, yo, we go. I'm gonna call it on the carpet for what it is. You got games over here that are doing A through Z. Where you at? You can't even get to E. You know what I'm saying? You can't even get from A to E. Why? And you know what? You guys just feel a certain. No, stop. Don't even try to do that. You have no ground to stand on. And what really makes me upset about it is because you have like the Sim Standard League. Like many of the leagues that go way beyond SimFBall League, where folk been running it, man, we've been playing Madden for 15 years, running a CFM and And it's like, y'all literally are dumping on them, man. Y'all dumping on them. And that's foul. You guys make billions of dollars in microtransactions off these sports games, and you're telling me you don't have it in your budget to upgrade a franchise mode? That's bull. And that is so far from true. I'm sorry. You are not getting away with that. That is not cool. I mean, you're getting away with it because it's a small crowd, but what I'm saying is that's not what I mean is that's just not right. That's you set up here and I know I'm using the parallel and somebody may get touched because I'm using this parallel, but just like Andrew Wilson set up there on that stage and said, "Oh, we're all about the racial equality and we're all about Black Lives Matter and we're all about that." Okay, well, you also have consumers that should matter too, and I draw that parallel at least to that extent. Okay, you care about this effort and this is a commitment which you better be committed to, because you really about systemic racism and everything else and combating against it and really understanding it and all that stuff and really making change happen and everything, you better be down for the cause. That better not be some gimmick. So but outside of that though, with what's going on with this with what's going on here with this product, you got consumers that should be done justice as well. And I'm just saying, you have core gameplay people, you have franchise people that have been done ultimate injustice when it comes to your product, and they deserve a heck of a lot more than what you've been given. You know what I'm saying? That's the key. That's all I'm saying, man. And it just, we'll see what happens, but I mean, Sim, I just had to piggyback off that, man, because it's just like, it just really sucks when I see people, like, I'm seeing people that have been running leagues, and I'm starting to see people, like, it sucks to see people say, I gotta get mad because we've been running this league and It's like, if they had the option to go somewhere else, they would.
That's the thing.
You know what I'm saying? And they don't have a choice to really do it because of Madden the way it is. And I mean, yeah, they can run behind their metrics like they do, but they got to do more, man. They just got to do more. Like, it's not enough with what they've been giving us. So.
Yeah, man. And that's the thing. Just to say a couple quick things before I dive into what I was gonna say about franchise. What people have to understand is the two very, very small things. I see some people say that the body types already look jacked and it's CGI. Listen, me personally, I don't know. Body types to me are always subjective. Excuse me. The same way I feel about animations. That's always subjective in every game. And you don't believe me? Let a 2K screenshot come out and people tearing it down. Some people say it looks beautiful. Some people say it doesn't. People said the same thing about the 2K trailer. Oh, that's CG. Oh, it's not CG. Oh, Zion does. One guy literally told me that Zion Williamson didn't look good in the trailer. I was like, okay. So my point is, when it comes to if something is CG or if something is your body type, I don't get in those arguments because it's all, to me, it's subjective. I just don't go there. I don't knock what somebody says. I'm just like, I don't know. Do I know if that was CG, the Madden Next Level trailer? I don't know. Now, these consoles are powerful enough for it to look like that. Because let's be honest. Do y'all think was the Zion Williamson the CGI? I don't know. But what I'm saying is, if you look at the parallel, as powerful as these consoles are, we could very well have been looking at real gameplay. The Tom Brady shot, that looked like it could be a real thing. Like with the rain, I don't know though. Like again, I'm honestly telling you, I don't know if it was CG or not. So I'm not gonna have that discussion, and I don't know if it was manipulated. I mean, I don't know. At the end of the day, let's be real here. It's a trailer, right? The fact that it's a trailer it wouldn't surprise me if it was manipulated to at least look at its best. You know what I'm saying? So I don't get into all of that. The bottom line is either the game gonna be that or it's not. That's the bottom line. We'll all have an opportunity to see it. For those who are gonna go next gen, you'll be able to see it. And I don't know if there'll be EA access on the next gen consoles because the game will already be out. It might. Well, we'll see. But the last thing I was gonna say before I get into franchise as well. Here's another reason why I will throw y'all a small nugget and say that some of this stuff might be true. Might. Again, we already made the first point. You already said this before, and if you don't deliver, then come on. Come on. But in regards to the statistics, the stats-driven player movement, I'm going to say something. Well, I don't think this was a secret. Y'all remember about a year or two ago where there was a report that came out saying that data was being collected, at NFL, in games. They had like things on people's shoulder pads and stuff like that in game. Y'all remember that? That was an article that came out. Maybe that's what this is. Because remember, I think even Smitty and I may have even talked about it. Like, yo, what they going to do with that technology? Maybe this is what it is. I don't know. At the end of the day, all I'm saying is we don't know. We hope for the best. We don't have high expectations. And that's how we keep ourselves from being fully disappointed. Because we're like, oh, we'll see. And that's just how you got to be. Like, to me, I'm not going to get head over heels and, oh, it's going to be this, it's not going to be that. I don't know. I'm just going to wait and see. All I do know is it better be what they are advertising for next level, at least on PS5. And that's the third reason why I think it might happen. Here's another way to sucker you in, right? Current gen is going to be, an upgrade. But then, but if you get it on next gen, see what I'm saying? It's reasons there where next gen could be. Will it be? Who knows? We're going to go with we don't think so. Prove us. That's how me and Smitty are going to tackle that. Prove it to us. And that's where I'm going to leave it. Let me upset y'all real quick. I don't know this for a fact, but I'm going to give you my thought process here. I don't expect any franchise upgrades. At least not for current gen. And let me explain to you why I feel that way. Last year, they kind of was late on giving us information, right? And they kind of gave us most of the information at one time. They talked about franchise. They talked about the scenario engine, right? And that was in the initial blog, if I'm not mistaken. This year, the headline reads, reveal, gameplay, features, franchise, right? It didn't differentiate the two. It didn't say face of the franchise. It said franchise. And the only thing you hear about it regarding franchise is face of the franchise. That's not good. A lot more depth is going into face of the franchise. Now there's 2 additional positions. Now there's 2 college attempts at getting a ring and a title, and it's high school and all of that. Kind of sounds like Road to the Show for the most. Road to Glory. Kind of sounds like they're rehashing that and intertwining it with. Makes sense, right? That's one reason why I don't think we're going to see anything else, because I feel like in that initial blog you would have at least said one peep about franchise mode. You ain't saving no bank. They've kind of gone away from that. We're going to hit you later with news. They didn't really do that last year. We knew pretty much everything in the first blog, and then they had deep dives, remember? We ain't hear nothing. That scares me. And here's another thing that cracks me up about it. So y'all trying to basically go the route of what 2K is doing with my career, obviously. I understand that. What I stood right in EA's office and said y'all should have did that in the beginning when they introduced Longshot and they asked some of us to give our opinion. and then some executives was in the room. And yeah, I stood right up there and I said, this is a mistake. And one of the executives that I was pretty cool with at the time, I haven't seen him in a long time, said, why you think that, Sam? I said, well, here's the reason why. Now keep in mind, this was going into Madden 18. I said, here's the problem. NBA 2K has blown up. I mean, it steadily blew up because of my career. I was like, what y'all are trying to do is a telltale. That's totally different. If anything, I would have just copied what they were doing, or kind of copy what you have in FIFA with Be a Pro and all of that, and go that route. This telltale, and you know what was told then, we want to offer a different experience. See, mistake. There's the mistake. Remember what I said in my other video? You're always trying to shoot and you know, try to shoot for the moon and strike lightning in the bottle. Sometimes just do the formula. 2K showed you what was going to take off, right? And it took off. My career is out of here right now. They got a 2K league based off of your My Career character pretty much. And you started to follow the model in Live. Live was going in the right direction, but standard franchise still. Nothing touched. Also, when they redid franchise in Live, what did they do? Copy and paste it from Madden. Nothing touched, right? So here's the irony of it. While you so busy doing that, you still don't look. Here's the funny part. You still don't have it on the level of 2K. You know why? And I'm not even talking about depth. But with 2K, again, like I said a few minutes ago, you can play My Career and play through your story. But guess what else you can do? Yeah, you can take your My Career guy and go play in Pro-Am. Oh, guess what else you can do? You can take your My Career guy, you can go out on the park, in the My Neighborhood and whatever they call it. Guess what else you can do? You can take that guy and you play online. Right? So you're doing nowhere close to what 2K is doing. This face of the franchise ain't online playable. And what did 2K also do? Smitty nailed it a few years ago. 2K, we're just speculating here, but 2K kind of realized, man, we can't get this online right. You know what? We're going to just build a super deep franchise. A lot of the people who play franchises offline anyway, this is me speculating. We're going to just make that extremely deep, throw a My GM on there, and we can kill two birds with one stone. We can convince these people, look, we kind of got it better with the My Career. Why don't you do that? And you can still run online and, you know, be who you want to be, blah, 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 blah. But over here in franchise, you know, get your fix. Go ahead and build your team and all that. You know, online ain't going to really be much. Meanwhile, Madden puts emphasis on online franchise. Isn't that crazy? but they won't build it. How crazy is that?
Yeah, no.
Your online playable franchise doesn't have any depth, but you're trying to copy what 2K is doing with this My Career-esque thing that is not playable online. That is the whole irony of the whole thing. Like, are you serious? Come on, EA. I don't get it.
You know something else from a bragging point that is always made like as if it's a novelty. Well, at least you can play your whole franchise offline. You can do the same thing online. You can do it all. 2K got it there. I think 2K19 they finally did, but they finally got it to where you can play an online franchise with all of the features, all of the fixings and everything.
There you go.
So it's like they finally got it. That's why you didn't have many people play their leagues or anything like that online, because it was like a half-baked version of what you would get offline. So you have people that will play leagues. They may not play an 82 game season, but they play the leagues now because they have all the features. And see, that's 2K had to overcome. You see what I'm saying?
Come on, man.
So it's like, but they didn't shortchange you along the way and say, oh, well, we're just not going to have it. That's it. Like, no, they did. Even MLB, they took out the online franchise stuff only to bring it back. Like, we got to get it right and bring it back. We just can't have problems after problems after problems. We got to fix this. See, and that's what I'm saying. They're just not.
It's
EA
crazy.
just ain't doing the stuff they're supposed to be doing, man.
How do you miss the
And
mark?
that's what makes it annoying, man. Like, you could be killing it right now, dude. If EA, hold on one second, baby. If EA literally just did what they literally used to do back to what got them to the successful pinnacle that they have today, they'd be destroying it. I don't want to hear, well, investors are why we're at. That's bullcrap. If that's the case, then why is NBA 2K doing what they're doing? They're making it happen, dude. No excuses. They got their CEO went on there and talked about loading times and all that, and said, and that's what I'm saying. With confidence, we built this from the ground up. 2-second loading times and 2-second loading times and this, that, and the third. And Zion, go ahead and introduce it. I'm like, that's exactly it right there. That's the kind of stuff right there. And even though that footage is pre-alpha, like we said a few weeks ago, it said it was pre-alpha. I can believe 2K because they did that at the beginning of this generation, unlike EA. They showed us the footage and said it was pre-alpha. And then when 2K14 came out, it was like, yo, that's 2K14? From Gen 3 to that? Mm-hmm. Yeah, this ain't no port over, dog. Okay. That ain't no port. I can see why you couldn't take from 360 going into that. I get it. All right. That's the point. And we don't have that with Madden. We didn't get it. We were supposed to get it. Because remember, Madden 25, that first next-gen trailer, they said that was actual game footage. It didn't say, and that's the thing I just stand corrected on, because I said it said in engine. No, it said actual game footage at the bottom of the screen. That was a big bold-faced lie. Because I never seen that gameplay. Never saw it in the full game. Ever. So that was a lie. So to look at that and look at what we have now, like, no. This should be, what we should have right now should be way, way better than what we're getting at this point. And that's why I'm with 2K. You know what, man? Like I said, man, if I felt any different, I swear to goodness, I would just straight up say, just like I see dudes that I follow on Twitter that are about live, they're like, yo, you know what? Man, I was about that NBA Live. Now I'm switching up to 2K all the way. Man, they changed their Twitter handles and everything. It was this Twitter page called NBA Live Movement. They switched it to NBA 2K Movement.
I remember that.
You know what I mean? Like they all about the 2K now, and they're about it's like, yo, you ride until, you know what, the wheels fell all the way off. They quit. So it's like, why am I gonna sit up here and stand for something that ain't even trying to stand for me? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm sorry. 2K is giving us a game with basketball that supplies the demand nearly for every crowd. At least they're trying to, and that's the one thing I will say. They're trying to, and what I mean by trying is they're innovating. And from an innovation standpoint, they're trying. I'll give them the A for effort. Why don't we have this with Madden? Is beyond me. With football, that's why I'm like, man, I wish we had a 2K. Man, I wish, just like MLB The Show. Look at how they got player personality in their Diamond Dynasty and all that stuff. I wish we could have got something like that, okay, with from Sony or 2K. Man, please, Madden would be sitting next to Live. The way they going. They be sitting next to Live right now. All that money and everything would be going straight to 2K and Sony. It wouldn't even be going. They wouldn't be thinking of EA. EA would be dead last. They would just focus on all the other stuff you do. Don't even worry about sports no more. You're done. That's it.
It's crazy.
It is.
But
it is, man.
Don't expect. I'm telling y'all, man. I would love to say I hope I'm wrong, but again. And shout outs to my guy, man, Eric. Ray
My
Weather.
man E-Ray.
Because
What up, E-Ray?
Eric does this a lot in his videos. So he's gonna relate to this. A lot of times we can read the tea leaves, man. So, Eric does it all the time in his videos. He kind of can tell what's coming because he pays attention. And this is the same thing I'm trying to tell you guys about the franchise thing. The fact that there's nothing in that blog, fam, don't expect it. I'm telling you right now. And I know some people saying, no, maybe there'll be. No, don't expect it. What I expect franchise to be this year is what it is. And they're going to probably say we've tuned and fixed a lot of things. Mm-hmm. Ain't no features, man.
Right.
They would have said something in that blog. It wouldn't have franchised, the moniker franchise wouldn't have been only talking about face of the franchise. No way. And I don't get it, man. I mean, I do get it, but again, it's those guys, the Andrew Wilsons of the world, man, that everything is fine. And let me say this real quick, too, because I want to make sure I get this in, man, before we're done. Hold on. Before I say that, I'm going to read what Eric said, because I asked him, what did he think? I said, man, what do you think, footage or CGI in the next level? Eric says, definitely CGI. But if it looks anything close to that, then I'd be impressed. Yeah, and that's kind of, I feel that, too. And what I was saying, Eric, before you got in here is, I don't know. I honestly, I'm one of those people, I don't know. I couldn't tell you if it is or isn't. I relate to some others who can tell these things immediately. But I do know the consoles are powerful enough to produce that. So we'll see. But the last thing I will say, man, really quick. The harsh reality is that a lot of people won't grasp the concept of. There are way more people who love Madden than hate Madden. That's the facts.
Yeah.
Madden 20 sales were at one of the highest that they've had. And we can sit here and say we can boycott all we want, dog. Listen, you're not going to stop people, and these are my folks, because we know these guys. You ain't going to stop people like NBL. Some people just, they're going to play the game. Look, I told you, I play in a 32-man league. And we have a good experience with each other because of the way we play. You know what I'm saying? We can have a good experience. Do we get pissed off at the game? Of course we do. Of course there's times where the game is just like, come on. But then there's other times where you look at a game, me and Azure play a game against each other and be like, why the game don't play like this all the time? Nothing crazy. Maybe it's because we're not manipulating. I don't know. I literally don't know. But then you'll get comp guys, and shout outs to guys like Skimbo and those dudes, man, that I know. They show you exactly how bad the game is because of the things they can pull off. So it's like a double-edged sword. You know what I'm saying? I bet you NY Kid would agree. He could go in and play a decent game. Matter of fact, look at the video he put up a couple days ago, showing you how he runs his scheme, even though Madden doesn't do it to perfection, but he shows you how to be effective with it. So my point is, you're not gonna keep people from playing the game. And I'm not telling y'all to buy or don't buy. I'm just saying, the where Madden is now, we're not gonna stop that train from moving. That's the harsh reality. Now, if you think about guys like myself and Smitty, I told y'all straight up. I've been in a fortunate position where I haven't paid for Madden since. The last Madden I bought was Madden 12. So I'm not in the same boat. I can't act like I'm one of y'all and say, well, yeah, I protest, because I don't have to do that. Right? And at the end of the day, y'all look at guys like me and Smitty and others on YouTube as people who break the game down and tell y'all what's wrong with it. So it's like, we had a catch-22 anyway, because most of y'all would want me to have the game, even if I had to buy it, so I can show you the problem. You see what I'm saying? See what happens when you end up being like a quote-unquote personality? So you can't throw us in that same bucket.
Exactly. And that's why I just want to tack on, I see, my man Ray Weather's always going to catch some kind of flack and everything like that. Look, a few things I want to address in there. Number one, the protest scene don't work. Just let that go. That don't work. Secondly, E-Ray has said a lot of stuff about what's wrong with the game from on multiple levels.
It always
Core
does.
engine level, development level, all of that stuff. We've talked about, and I'm not talking about, and not just essentially, I don't think he'll mind me saying because I'm being loose with it, but we've had them conversations amongst game changers where we have those talks and we make those points. And E-Ray's made plenty of those. He's made plenty of the same points those pain points like Sim and I both would make here. He's made those points in those conversations, as well. So I mean, he's not one of those guys just sit off to the side. It's like, whatever. Like, no, he makes those pain points too about the game and what's functioning and not functioning and why the game isn't moving forward, etc. So if people be thinking like he doesn't state or he's not saying that kind of stuff, he does and he has. So there's that, but also going to Sim's point too about that. You're looking for what I have to say, Sim has to say. Guys like Ryan Moody and others, what they got to say. Guys like Ahmad, how they feel. People that look at them for entertainment. Guys like QJB, they want them to have the game. So it's like from the entertainer to the ultimate. You guys sit up. From the ultimate entertainer to the ultimate critic. You want everybody to have a copy of this game that you trust or look for entertainment playing this game. So what's ultimately going to happen is that you're going to have even the detractor crowd. Let's take the detractor crowd mainly. You had detractors that looked up to us and wanted our input on the game. What would happen? We would have people that would honestly try the game when we would bash it. Think about it. We're not sitting up here and telling you to buy it at all. We're telling you, man, this is wrong. Secondary play wrong. Run animations are wonky. The AI decisions are bad. Two-man animations this. All these problems that. And they're like, man, I appreciate y'all view, but I went ahead and played it, and it's not really that bad. We just got through showing y'all 80 ways from Sunday how bad the game is. And yet you still ain't got it anyway. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, it's still going to happen. It's inevitably going to happen. All those subs that, for example, Ryan Moody got, it's very safe to say that probably a little over half of those people are going to be buying Madden.
Oh, of course.
You know what I'm saying? They're still going to buy Madden 21. And they're gonna double dip it. They're gonna you can get the free upgrade. So you're going to get it on one console and then get it on the other. They're going to. Because they're going to continue to play it. Because you know why? They're gonna look at what Moody has to say and they're like, I gotta find out myself. And then they're gonna go ahead and get the game. Some people will do the rental the rental route, but then you'll have many others that'll just buy it. And that's just the way it is. You see what I'm saying? So take it how you want, take it how you want to take it or whatever. But I mean, that's just the way it is out here, man. So yeah.
Yeah. And let me show y'all something, man. I'm gonna because I want to give a shout out to whoever that was. Hold on, let me
shout out to Brett.
Yeah, what's up, Brett? Appreciate the donation, man. Let me find out who actually wrote this comment, and then I'm gonna post something in here for y'all to see. I can't find it, but he said, if you look at the EA trailer, and this is the original trailer, he says, Kia says at least 3/4. Of course, they're gonna buy it. He says, you look at the trailer, right? There's currently 14,000 likes, 21,000 dislikes.
Yeah.
Listen, let me tell you something. That's not a true representation of Madden. That's just my opinion. It got over 1 million views. The people who love Madden are going to buy the game. Some of these people, let me tell y'all another secret that a lot of y'all might not know, which you should know. A lot of people ain't even seen this trailer. They don't care. No, the game is going to sell. There's no doubt. But let me show you something. Here's the thing. Look at this list. If I could post this whole thing, it's so much. This is a list from I can't. It's too many things. But actually, I'll read it. I'll read some of it. Here's a list of one of the people who commented, and it has 12,000 likes. But this stuff is so much. All I'm trying to say is stuff like this is way too much, man, to expect in one shot. So my man said, please fix these things. Bring back breaking the huddles. See, things like that are important to some people.
Yep.
Actually put effort into face scans. Don't make the run overpowered. Don't have punters fill in for your quarterback. I understand that.
Yeah.
Make Ultimate Team fun and stop making it a cash-grabbing scheme. So, I'm going to keep reading, but this is what I'm saying. This is what a lot of people who give feedback, what does that mean? Make it fun. What does that mean? This is what the devs always say too. What do you mean make it fun? And stop making it a cash grabbing scheme? All Ultimate Teams are that way. Not saying I disagree. I'm just saying fix blocking, improve franchise, build upon your career mode, make the game more user control, make the game less animation dependent, have the game have knowledge to calculate things. Add a better halftime show. I like that. Add a pregame show commentators, and everything he's putting here says like 2K. Make players on the sidelines actually look real and not jump up and down. I like that one. Make challenging plays work. Fix your servers. Touch up the fans. Make the game actually be optimized for new consoles. Add cheerleaders. Add sideline reporters. Fix your ratings. Add team mascots. A little more equipment. Fix Madden pronouncing cyberface players' names. Add some better rewards winning the Super Bowl. Add NFL honor ceremony. Add getting the the Hollis or Lamar Hunt the Hollis or Lamar Hunt trophy, excuse me. Add better Ultimate Team rewards. Add team theme songs in the stadium. Add actual fan noise from the actual games, not generic screaming fans. You hear that one? Add coin toss at the beginning of the game. Add the refs back. Make some abilities less overpowered. Bring back creative team. I'm going to keep reading, guys. I'm having fun with it now. Add more accessories. Mouth guards, Nick rolls. Create a cleat. Design your own cleat. Fix large game glitches. Add new announcers. Playing with college teams. Create a stadium. Fix quarterback speeds behind the line. My field like 2K. Get rid of auto spike. Make long snappers a position. Create a play feature. More customization. Add historic in all teams in franchise mode. Add more promos to Ultimate Team. Make aggressive catching effective. Fix throwing animations. Make offensive line better. Add custom face scans to Madden like UFC. Defense awareness needs to improve. Franchise should be a player personality feature. Fix defensive pursuit angles. Fix physics-based gang tackling. Fix CPU swerving from left to right while in pursuit. I like that one too. Mm-hmm. Tone down X factors. Let us add an X factor. Let us add X factors to different players in franchise. Add a radio show. Let's add tattoos. Make a neighborhood. Fix running back speeds at the beginning of the line. Make accelerating and have a disadvantage of having less control. Fix the rate of fumbles. Bring back some old school playbooks. Fix pause glitch. Make realistic draft. I mean, it's so much. I didn't even read a half of that. But my point is, like, this is the stuff when the devs used to tell us, like, you got to compartmentalize your feedback and tell us exactly what, that a list like that don't really help. There's some good things in there, however, but what I'm saying is, from a development standpoint, it's hard to dissect all of that because a lot of these things that he's not really saying. You know what I mean? Like, he has one here that says, punish cheaters. Let us be the NFL commissioner in franchise. would be cool,
I mean, you can do some commissioner type stuff in 2K, but that's like the league vote for rules and things like that, rule change.
Let me find another one that's a little funny.
I get it.
Let us have color rush in online games. Let us edit conferences. Make the announcers more excited with big plays. Okay. Let us see the opponent's record in Ultimate Team. Increase the age cap if only 40 goes up. Add different sports network broadcasts. So all I'm trying to say, guys, is my man has a wide array of things that he wants in the game. I would love a lot of that stuff too. But only reason why I think I bring this up is just to bring people back home for a minute. Madden is so far behind when it comes to stuff like that it's going to be a slow go regardless. And with me and Smitty, all we try to say is each year we just want to see the game get better. Because the reality and the truth is it's so far behind, guys. It's not going to be a snap of the finger. And it's different. That's why, again, I don't understand when people look at it and say, oh, it looks like Madden 20. Of course it does. They showed you a trailer on the same generation. Now, if that next gen joint looked like that, that don't look like no Madden 20 as far as graphically, but it's still EA's structure. So unless you're expecting them to completely break down the engine and start from scratch, it's gonna look like EA's presentation of football. All we can hope is they do a better job at presenting a simulation product, number one, and adding depth, number two. And at this point, like somebody said earlier in the show, all we can ask for right now is hope for is that they just fix the game. Fix the game. Can we get a game to where we all are saying, yo, game all right. It's still lacking some things, but it's all right. They took this out, they took that out, they took the animation override out. I got user control. I could throw the ball where I want it to go. The trench battle is cool now with the pass rush. If just make the game, again, man, we say it every week. Relative positioning has to matter. Physics has to matter. Leverage has to matter. And coverage as well. Like, I'm not just talking about, in the trenches. I'm talking about the way the DBs, line up, the way the receivers, they're releasing all that and using their leverage, and DBs, if they're playing inside leverage, playing the technique correctly and using the boundary and all of that. Two-man animations need to be a thing of the past, meaning if I do this, the other guy does that, but we both don't do this. And we're both not drawing together, and then we do that. If they did what I just said, we are all talking about a totally different Madden. We're talking about a totally different Madden.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's why at the end of the day, when me and Smitty said, I got you, DJ, I'm going to post it right here. It's on the EA's right here. It's the trailer. And it came up for me as the first comment on the page here. It's from a guy named Unbox Tech Pro. And it says it was added 6 days ago. But yeah. Ain't this funny, y'all? I'm looking at EA's channel, right? And the up next videos right here, it has it's us right now live. This is live now. It's me and Smitty talking. And then it's Eric Rayweather's breakdown of the next gen trailer. So go check that out. I'm about to go do it. I'm gonna watch that. Like I said, I will try to get one myself up, give my interpretation of it later. But definitely go check out Eric's stuff, man. And again, I'm gonna say what Smitty said too. Stop, for you guys who do it, stop fronting on Eric Rayweather like that. Okay? That man has the right to do what he wants to do and how he wants to present it. And Eric has never told y'all that Madden was the best, ever. I've never heard him do that. I've always heard him talk about the problems. Yes, Eric also gives you tips. Eric also is a commentator. He's grown a very nice, sizable channel in terms of his, his subscription base. And Eric even tells you himself, he makes money off of this thing. I'm not mad at that. Like, I don't understand the people who do those kind of things. Why are y'all mad at that? Because at the end of the day, like I always say, I'm gonna end it with this and then throw it to Smitty so we can close. It's just a video game, man. Like, I don't take this stuff that serious. Where, man, why is he doing? I don't. And like y'all always trying to, somebody here in the chat was like, y'all should get so and so on the podcast with y'all. No, I'm good. We've been down that road before. Let him do what he do over there. And all of us ain't gonna coexist because bridges was burnt before. Let them do what they do. We don't have to do all of that. But all we have to do is all have the same goal in mind, no matter how you get there. Whether it's myself, Smitty, my man Ray Weather, Moody, whoever else, anybody. Let everybody do what they do. It don't have to be a kumbaya, meaning that we're all standing in unison like, yes, do it this way. Remember, we tried that. Y'all want to be frank? We tried that with the Sim Standard.
Yeah.
So, I'm just saying, everybody, has their own way of delivering things. And it's okay. I'm sitting here telling y'all this right now, amongst the, amongst the boycott theories and all that. It is okay if you want to play Madden and you take it for what it is. It's okay, guys. And the only reason why I'm saying this because I don't need us to be so serious, man. I would love y'all to do like my man DJ 81 that's in here does. DJ rock out in other games and have yourself a good time. Of course, we all want Madden to be that game, but if it ain't, it ain't. So it's okay if you play Madden and you're in a franchise. It's fine. I ain't never gonna tell you not to play a game and that ain't my job. You know what I'm saying? I'm never gonna do that. But some of y'all look for me to do that, but I'm telling y'all, I'm not doing that. I'm a grown man. If I decide I want to play Madden, I can play Madden if I want to play Madden. And still be the SimFBallCritic. You understand what I'm saying? You can walk and chew gum at the same time, folks. So that's all I'm saying. Don't let anybody make you feel bad if you are sitting here anticipating Madden 21 and you plan on buying it. Don't let nobody make you feel bad about that. But I will also challenge you guys who claim you're not going to buy it, don't buy it. Because some of y'all have. Again, I've said this before, Smitty. Some of y'all forget that we friends on PS4. And I remember. Because I'm a nut like that. I got somewhat of a photographic memory. It's crazy. I remember some of these comments. And the Steelers people know. Y'all know how I be recalling in the beginning of the Steelers podcast. I'll be reading names, but I've never seen you before. Thanks for coming. And they be like, how in the world do you know that? I'm a nut. I told you. I'm some type of idiot savant when it comes to that kind of visual stuff. But like I said, I seen y'all. I ain't buying it. And boy, that midnight sale, I pop on there and I be in incognito. Y'all don't know it. Madden 20. See what I'm saying? Duh, you know what I'm saying? If you gonna just get it, if you gonna get it, you know what I'm saying? Don't.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Like, don't be like that.
Fronting.
Yeah. I mean, ain't nobody gonna blame you. These are games. But I expect you, if you hate Madden that much, I expect you to leave it alone.
Yeah.
Stick to your word. But that's all I got, man. That's all I got.
No, that's basically all I have. Like, I really don't have anything else to really sum up. I mean, look, this is where we at with this game. I mean, if people, if the game does come up and it actually is on point, sweet. Even if the game this like to end this generation, basically shows promise, that would be sweet too. What?
They calling me the PS4 police.
PS4
I'm
police.
just saying, look, I be seeing it, DJ. I be cracking up. Yeah. See, if I was really a sucker though, I would call people, you know what I mean? I ain't gonna do that. But I be man, I be rolling. Like, look at this guy. Mr. I ain't buying it. I mean, first night, DJ, they rocking. And it's gonna happen come August. I promise you. Matter of fact, here's even funnier. I didn't mean to cut Smitty off, but here's even the funniest thing. It's gonna be on August 25th, not the 28th. Do the math. It's gonna be. Oh wait. Which day it come out? Does it come out on the 25th? I think it officially drops on the.
If you get it 3 days early.
There you go. It's gonna be some of those people I'm talking about. They're gonna have it on that day, meaning they pre-ordered, and it ain't gonna be the trial. It's gonna be the game.
Yeah, they gonna have a copy. Yo.
I promise you.
Like, yo, I went to the moms and pop shop and paid $100, $200 to get it and all that. Like, yeah, they gonna do it. Man. It's gonna happen as soon as folks see. That's what I'm saying. I don't care. For example, that's like me saying I don't like eating lima beans. So you're not gonna see me. You're not gonna see me looking all into lima beans, doing all kind of research about how I can cook them better and all that stuff. No, I'm not gonna. I won't care. Yo, they came out with these new beans, man. They great and everything. Somebody tell me, I don't care. As soon as there's a EA Access trial or anything like that, when it pertains to Madden, oh, you can play Madden 5 days early. Go ahead and get the. People will subscribe for the month, wait for that game to come out, and go right on ahead and play and play that Madden because they got to see what's up. But I thought you said you ain't care though. You see what I'm saying? But you do care because you on the sticks. See what I'm saying? So it's that. If the game ain't about nothing, then leave it on the shelf. If you really feeling that way, keep that energy up. But, like I said, the majority of people that talk that talk usually end up buying the game. That, like I said, they're going to buy it.
They're going to buy it.
At one point or another, they still going to go ahead and buy it. And then they're going to be sitting up there pumping their fists saying how mad they are because of how Madden is and all that stuff. And it's like, you were told a long time ago and you chose to still rock. So rock. Yeah. Don't rock in shame, just rock out.
That's all we say, man. Just be a man about yours, man. Like, nobody can make me feel bad. Like y'all saw what I did with that trailer. I came back in the next video and I started the video laughing like, God, like y'all I don't care though. That's the thing. Yeah. I don't care. It didn't hurt my feelings to look at it. I mean, boy. It was like one time it was like 17 dislikes versus 13. Like, I mean, then it flipped. But I was like, so what? Those were my thoughts. And see, we not afraid, and I can speak for Smitty. Just in life, we not afraid to just be who we are and say what it is. Y'all ain't gonna deter me away from, you know what I'm saying? So that just is what it is, man. But yeah, that's all I'm saying, man. This stuff ain't that serious, and I guess I always do this, Smitty, but the reason why I think I'm starting to do it a little more because of the current day and times that we in. Come on, man. It's just this stuff ain't that serious. I want a great football game, and it's just figure of speech. It's not literal, but figure of speech. I want a great football game more than anybody in the world. But I still can be brought back down to reality, man. Like Smitty said, sometimes you want your football fixed. And like I said, in our league, we have a good time in the league. But that's why y'all don't see me playing Ultimate Team. And you don't see me play. And remember I told y'all in one of my streams, I asked people would they like to see me. I was going to do a series like, Sim versus the lobby or something and just play, lobby games. And I started to do it and I just was like, I can't. You know what I mean? I just can't play that much Madden. See what I'm saying? So it's cool, folks. It's cool. Do what you want. Boycott or not. It's up to you. So either way, me and Smitty gonna give y'all the raw diggy, man. However it falls. We're gonna let y'all know what it really is. And there you have it. Count on that. We ain't never gonna fold. I told y'all. If that next level is not what they're talking about on that article, and I ain't talking about Madden 22, 23. No. This time you don't get me with the, oh, we're going to build to that. No, buddy. Because Mr. Wilson, you pulled that crap back then and it never came to fruition. So this time I'm expecting, PS5 next level, Xbox Series X, whichever one y'all going to get, to look like, resemble what is not only shown in that trailer, but what we read on that article. Those words better show up immediately. Like Bernie Mac was saying. Immediately.
Yeah.
If it don't, I'm going to go buck wild and they might say, man, get out of here. We don't want no affiliation with you. Because you can't keep me like that, man. I can't, It ain't worth that much if y'all read between the lines for me to just... And I told y'all this a couple years ago, man, like a year or so when Rex left, I was like, we're going to see. If the game start going way left from where it was going when Rex brought us through, it might be time for me to bow out. You know what I mean? I'm just being real about it. But, for any EA people who heard this, listen, that's just me being honest. And let me just say this to the crowd, to kill this noise. I do like the affiliation we have. Great relationship with the devs. Being able to give first-hand feedback. And by the way, I do that anyway, even though I haven't been in that building in a year or two. I still got that relationship. That ain't going to go nowhere. So it's cool being that bridge. But, sometimes you got to know when to say, I don't think this is what I need to be doing. So I'm making that clear. If I clearly see that y'all ain't making no efforts, it might be time for me to... So... I'm holding on, though, man, because I know y'all want us in there. So we'll see. We'll see. But that's about all I got, man. And, funny story to tell y'all. My 6-year-old, we bought him a little iPod, man. He think he got a phone now. So the boy has been texting me using Siri the last 30 minutes. Daddy, why are you not coming upstairs? So I got to go. Man, as you can see, Smitty got his family too, man. So we're going to go ahead and shut this thing down. And Smitty said he didn't have anything else, but I'm going to ask him again, man. Any lasting thing you want to leave the folks with, man, before we roll up out here?
The main thing I'll say is just, shout out to you guys for coming through, hanging out with us. My man E-Ray coming through,
shout out to
first
Eric.
First and frame rates, guys. Thanks a lot for y'all coming through and hanging out. Everybody across the board, man. This is a great show. Very underwhelming in presentation we've received from EA thus far, but they got to deliver. It's on them. Like I said, justifiable rage. So if the game is not right, and we know you just read up this deal and everything like that, it's just going to be straight up like what's going to be done. Because I'll say this real quick, and then Sim can close it out. I hate like Sim and I do. We interact with other game changers, things like that. And I already gave gameplay feedback. I was like, basically, if Madden 21, looking at some of these animations, and it was from looking at animations in that trailer. I'm talking about this current Gen 1, the Gen 4 version. Okay, if I saw that, okay, like I see that, man, I'm up here like, yo, I already got feedback from Madden 22. Y'all need to get rid of them 2-man wideout DB interactions. Y'all got to get rid of those animations, man. You're still in our control. You know what I mean? And it's like, I didn't say it that loosely, but I just worded it like that's a marquee target to eradicate that. But otherwise, we just gotta wait and see what they do. And they gotta impress us finally. For all the bad history they've had, I would love to see them turn it all the way around for the franchise gamers for a change. So, but other than that, man, you guys, y'all take it easy. God bless, man.
Can y'all read that? Look at
really?
this. Look at this.
Daddy, you done with the show?
I gotta go, guys. Yeah. My little man.
But that's all I got, man.
But yeah, man. That's it. You stupid fool. I don't know what he talking about. He said you better take that EA off your hat. Listen, like I said. All right, you know what? You using your analogy. Read between the lines, bro. You said I used to have it in my bio. Where is it? So you answering your own question right there. But also, let me say this: 2K football now. I hate to do this to him, and if he doesn't want to help, feel free to reject it. But for everyone who's been asking me about the PS3 emulator and all of that, I'm gonna ask him, hey, if you can help some of these guys along, because he's helped me along the way. So I'd rather the source help you out. But also, all you got to do, to be honest with you, is go on YouTube. There's a bunch of videos where people are showing you how to get the emulator and da 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 yada 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 yada. And you know, my man can shoot you his file or whatever. You know, hit him on Twitter. I'm sure he doesn't have a problem with doing that. I'm having a good time playing it. But y'all know my story with APF. It just doesn't have the replay value as far as, you know, I like playing seasons and stuff. You know what I mean? So, but you're going to continue to see those type of things, especially if Madden 21, even on next gen, isn't up to snuff with the things that I love about APF. I'm still going to be posting that. But yeah, if any of you guys are interested in that, man, look it up. Yeah, like he just said, y'all can just message him. He'll get you squared away. Because like I said, that's my go-to. I'm new to the whole PC gaming thing, especially, you know, the emulator. It's basically a PS3 emulator. And there you have it. But all right, man, we gonna roll. This was another great one. I enjoyed it. Hopefully next week, I won't promise because we might be raging again after the session on the 25th.
Oh, yeah.
You know, that should be right. Thursday. So,
yeah.
But we definitely plan, if not next week, I'm going to shoot for next week. But if not next week, at least the week after, we'll just have a show where y'all are just calling in and giving us your thoughts about everything you see. And keep it short because we expect to have a lot of calls, and we would love to do that. So that's it. Y'all have a good night. If you guys have kids and family, go love on them, because that's what I'm about to do. If not, love on yourself. Y'all can take that however you want. But anyway, man, y'all be safe. Be cool out there. Stay blessed. Stay safe. Keep the mask on if you're in one of those areas. And we hope to see y'all next week. Peace.